So continuing our discussion on batteries, I would like to introduce our two next speakers that are coming from Optimus Energy. They are Stella Zacharia and Elena Kalogeropoulou, and both of them work in Optimus Energy, and I have them here on the screen. Both Stella and Elena are experts on issues regarding batteries development and business models connected to this. They have been participating in different projects and events in Greece, and they're going to talk about a topic that is very linked, or is starting from the point where Olga Maria left it, which is optimization contracts for battery energy storage solutions. Stella and Elena, it's wonderful to have you, both of you here, and thank you for joining us in this conference, and I'll give you the floor for your presentation. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us?
Is everything okay with the connection? Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you very well, and we can see you very well, both.
Okay,
great.
Hello, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm Stella Zacharia, CEO of Optimus Energy, a company of Zacharia Group, and we are here together with Elena Kalogeropoulou today. Elena is the director of BESS development sector of Optimus Energy and flexibility in general. So I understand that most of the audience here is full of people that will come later, will meet later some of our contracts and some of our solutions. So it's better to see today what we are preparing, how we stand in terms of BESS development. And we figured out with Elena that it would be nice to discuss some of the most frequent questions that we get from our potential clients.
Yeah, exactly. We have prepared a short presentation. We can stay on a few topics that all play out in the contract. Here you can see the most frequently asked questions. They start from how exactly the BESS assets operate in the markets, and then how do revenues actually are combined from all the different markets, and how does the performance is affected after some years, and what is the best commercial agreement that someone can enter. For those of you that may not know us, as Mrs. Zacharia said previously, we are the largest renewable aggregator. We have stayed with the largest market share for most years. We are currently representing more than 4.5 gigawatts. These are renewables and also flexible industrial load in the balancing market. And we are ready to welcome storage, which is deeply needed. As all of you know, renewables have been integrated in the system. This is not the problem anymore. The problem is the excess production. At times, they have seen extreme curtailments. Just yesterday, I think there were near zero prices during midday, and it's December. 2025 will be a record-breaking year for curtailments. Almost, or maybe more than 15% of total renewable production will be curtailed. So, of course, the solution is flexibility and storage.
We can say here that we are expecting also a lot of solar in the next few months. Approximately 5 gigawatts of solar are under construction on top of the operating ones, and additional 2 gigawatts have connection agreements in place. So we expect that these projects will be constructed. 2026 will be a very difficult year in terms of curtailment.
Because storage assets won't be, most of them won't be ready yet. And the worst is yet to come for the following year, until we see the actual solutions that need to be there. But these flexibility solutions from afar, from someone that doesn't know the operation of energy markets, they seem very easy to implement. Simply bidding strategies, especially in Greece, we are used to a simple route to market agreement, not so sophisticated algorithms, not so much optimization yet. But especially for batteries, what we need is what you see at the bottom of the iceberg, all this automation, investment in robust infrastructure, compliance, cybersecurity issues, the smart use of AI and machine learning, advanced techniques. So there's a lot of room for improvement for all the market participants, and we have tried to do that internally. For BESS in particular, we feel that there are three key players that you need to take care of. First is your project development, how you select your integrators, your batteries, what warranty terms they have, and what are the people that are running this project and what decisions they make. Then there's us, that there's the market value, how you're going to gain more from the market across every available segment. And then there's also the optimal control and the safety and the actual how the markets are translated to dispatching and energy control. This is what it looks like. This is a typical day, let's say. It's naive to think that a battery asset will charge and then rest and then fully discharge later in the day. This approach is very naive, and it's not how the asset will be operated. In reality, what you will see is very many different products and unlocking revenue across all of them. So having dispatch instructions and a signal that is very complicated, and this is why algorithms and advanced systems are needed. Revenues are going to come from the markets that are managed by the market operator and the ones managed by the TSO. So we will have the day-ahead and the intraday market. These are auctions and continuous XBID. Then we will have some capacity revenues from the TSO market, and then we will have the actual activations of AFR and MFR energy. So the complexity needs to be turned into revenues in a smart, sophisticated way, and looking at how this have been achieved in other markets. This is also why we have selected some partners from abroad that will run the optimization and that they know how to stack revenues and how to make decisions.
Elena, this means that we start almost 1.5 days before the actual time of physical delivery. And we prepare our bidding strategy for the day ahead. The next day, we make continuous correction trades, right?
Exactly.
And we get paid for them.
Yes.
Even hours before the physical delivery. And then close to the physical delivery, we can also provide ancillary services for the TSO, and we get paid even if we are not energized, right?
Exactly. There's a variety of signals, and there are financial trades that will happen, and the position corrections and arbitrage, and then there will be capacity that will be allocated, and then there will be physical activation and energy use. So this is why we are talking about different products with different rules and different market segments. This is how this will play out in our operations. So if next year, the first asset that will come live, it will join our virtual power plant. This is let's say the full, the heart of operations, where also the flexible loads are kind of connected and the renewables. And then there's optimization engine by Inspired. This collects all the publicly available data, the specific data for each separate individual BESS asset, and all the trading, forecasting, analysis, dynamic reoptimization, and new signals. And then we have our participation in NX and the TSO markets to have a successful battery asset. A very important topic that now comes up in our discussion with clients is the warranty terms of each asset. So when you buy a battery, there are terms and conditions that you need to follow to have a lifelong asset later in your investment. This means that you may not be able to use it, and if your asset is not there available to gain the market signals, your investment won't be as successful as you think it will be. It's important to note also here for the legal people listening that these terms need to be integrated into the optimization algorithm. The optimizer needs to make sure that they always respect these limits, and then your financing team needs to make sure that what they see as revenues is in line with what the asset can actually do.
And this is why it is important for us to step in rather early in the procedure, and every company that plans to develop to build a BESS asset before contracting the purchase of storage, it's good to consult us, because we can help with some advice about what would be the optimal warranty portfolio without creating problem to the life of the battery.
Exactly, because it's a topic that is very important and it translates to revenues. Imagine that a small change of your integrator selection can result to millions over your investment. So this is why we are very there for you to discuss these things ahead of time, like Mrs. Zacharia said, and make sure that your investment will play out like you want it in the markets. Another very important topic is what the asset owner will be able to see real time. So this is an example of a live dashboard that you will be able to collect all the information about the physical execution of trades as well as the financial trades. You can see at the top right of your screen the health statistics that you need to see. So you will see how your asset is actually degraded, and what every asset owner needs to see, which is revenues, in a daily, monthly, or whatever format you see. This is an asset-specific dashboard available 24/7 for your assets. We will make this happen in Greece with our partners from Inspired, and it will be available to most customers to make you understand a bit more how the market really, the complexity of it. And another importance of performance is the portfolio, the whole portfolio, how it performs. We hope that in a few years from now, once we have some batteries, we can follow Inspired's example. They are very transparent in showing actual revenues from the asset they optimize. It's important to note here that the maximum portfolio, the best performing asset from the worst performing asset, sometimes it comes down to your performance warranty, so the terms that we discussed previously. And this also makes sense to see the volatility of these markets, with months with lower revenues and months with higher. So closing up, an important decision for you is the agreement and the financial structure of this agreement. At Optimus Energy and the Yakterna Group, we want to offer as much as possible all options for investors, starting from the tolling agreements, which give you stable revenue for a longer period of time. Then we have agreements combining a floor or a cap or mixed profiles so that you can have some guaranteed revenue, but you can share some upside. And then, of course, for the most optimistic people that have seen profits elsewhere and want to explore the full potential, we have only profit-sharing schemes that are fully merchant and will allow you to unlock the best values for your asset.
Probably we will move between option B and C, floor and profit sharing, or fully merchant. I don't believe that we will be able to provide tolling agreements because we think that a merchant asset should have the motivation of profit sharing.
Mm-hmm. And it also makes sense for you to be involved in operation and see the live dashboard and unlock with us all the revenues. So this concludes our small presentation. We're happy to share it with you after the event, and we can stay with you for a few questions.
Thank you so much, Stella and Elena, for presenting what you're working in Optimus Energy as an aggregator and flexibility provider. And it's fascinating to see how the interaction of business, finance, and law comes together in this example. And as you're mentioning, in a world where we have a lot of curtailment of renewable energy and we're installing more, at the same time, we need to have batteries that optimize the utilization of this and can offer a secondary market for this electricity not to be curtailed, but actually in a way saved and later on utilized when it's needed, because that is the world of a very variable supply of electricity that we have with renewables, which is both a blessing and a curse, but it opens up the door for battery storage solutions. So Stella and Elena, thank you so very much for being with us here today.